If you're looking for a guide on how to EV train your Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, look no further, I got you. I'm Mitch, aka Mitch Mortar. We're gonna get into it right now. The acronym EV stands for effort values, and pretty much what these are, they're just kind of like stat increases. Each Pokemon's stat increases faster the more EVs it has in that stat. Each stat can have a maximum of 252 EVs, and each Pokemon can only have a max total of 510 EVs. Also, it takes 4 EVs for one stat to increase by 1 point. So for instance, we have Paldean Wooper. Paldean Wooper yields 1 HP EV, so we need to defeat 4 Paldean Wooper in order for our HP stat to increase by 1. There are plenty of different ways to get EVs in Scarlet and Violet, but first we're going to be talking about how to get them through wild Pokemon. So to make keeping track a little easier, we're just going to be talking about Pokemon that yield 1 EV per stat. So for HP, we have Paldean Wooper, Azurill, Lechonk. For attack, we have Yungoos and Shinx. For defense, we have Scatterbug. For special attack, we have Psyduck. For special defense, we have Spoink. And for speed, we have Rookity and Fletchling. Now, the good thing is that most of these Pokemon can be found pretty early on in the game, so you can even start EV training before you even get to the first gym. Another thing you're going to want to do before you start just knocking out Pokemon, you're going to want to come to the Delibird presence in Levincia, and then you're going to want to buy these battle items. So pretty much what these battle items do, general goods. So these battle items, pretty much what they do is they increase the amount of EVs you get per stat. So if you have the Pokemon you're trying to train, hold these items, you'll get more EVs. So with the power weight, you're going to increase your HP, bracer, attack. With the power belt, increases your defense, special attack for the power lens, power band, special defense, and then power anklet will increase your speed. So yeah, you're going to want to, so say you're EV training HP, you'll have that Pokemon hold the power weight, and all these items increase the amount of EVs you get by 8. So for instance, if we're training in HP, we're going to give the Pokemon we're training the power weight, and then if we're knocking out Paldean Wooper, which only yields 1 HP EV, then we're going to get a total of 9 EVs per Paldean Wooper defeated. So really, like if you're knocking out wild Pokemon, you only need to defeat 28 of them in order to max out your stat. Now, if you've beaten the game already, you probably have access to a lot of money, and if you don't have a lot of money in the game, it's pretty easy to get just by picking stuff up on the ground. So you can also increase your EVs, and I find this to be the easiest and quickest method is just by buying vitamins. So you're gonna go to Chansey Supply, and I'm pretty sure this is all these are at any Chansey Supply store. So you have your vitamins, so your HP up, increases your HP, obviously, protein, increases attack, iron, defense, calcium, special attack, zinc, special defense, carbos, speed. I have a lot of these, actually. So each of these vitamins will increase an EV by 10, so 25 total for a max amount of EVs. Then along with vitamins, you also have things like feathers. Feathers will increase your EV stat by 1. So you really don't have to go out and defeat wild Pokemon or anything like that. But these you can get in raids, you can get in the item printer, stuff like that. So I have a ton of these. And then there are things like the Moshi that you get from the Kitakami. I think you get these doing the Ogre Oustin minigame. There's also a fresh start Moshi. So if you want to change the stats of a Pokemon you already have EV trained, you can get the fresh start Moshi, and that will completely wipe its EV, so you can retrain again. You can also use these berries here. This will also decrease the amount of EVs that a Pokemon have. I think one berry decreases it by 10. I could be wrong about that. I'm sure someone will fact check me. We're going to be EV training this Minior here. So if we go to our stat page and then go over to here where it has the moves and then the stats, we're going to go to switch graph view, and this little yellow graph will pop up. The middle yellow, the more opaque yellow, that is your EVs. So as you can see, there's none at all. So we're going to EV train this Minior. So Minior, I like to have a pretty high attack stat. So we're going to max out its attack and then probably also max out its speed. So protein, we're going to use 25 protein. So that'll increase its attack EV to 250, and then we're going to use the muscle feather to get the other 2. So if we did this correctly, obviously, like I said, 252, we can only use a max of 2 feathers, as you can see here. Yeah, so 2. So now we can't use any more, so use this item won't have any effect, so we're at a max stat right there. So we have 252 EVs into Minior's attack stat. Now I said speed as well, so we're going to take our not zinc, where is it, carbos, and then again we're going to do 25. So now it has a 250 speed EV, and then we're going to do the swift feather. Now it has a 252 speed EV. So it leaves us with 6 EVs left. So I'll take our health feather here. So we can do 6, but like I said, it takes 4 to increase a stat. So really we can just do 4 because like the other 2 EVs just aren't gonna matter. So we'll increase the health EVs by 4. So let's take a look here. So our Minior started off with a base attack of 144 and then a base speed of 166. So let's see how much it went up. So we went up what's that, 39 attack and like 42 speed. I think I'm doing my math right. I'm pretty sure I did my math right. So we went up just a lot, and that's like without like leveling up and stuff. So already right there, that's like a pretty like good like stat increase. There are also other ways to increase our stats as well. So if we take a look at Minior here, we can see that it has the rash nature. So its special attack, you can see that little red thing there, means that the red stat means that it increases faster. The blue stat means it increases slower. So if we want to increase the attack stat even further, we're going to give it a nature that, you know, benefits the attack stat. So for Minior, I would probably just do like give it like an adamant nature. So we're going to find the adamant mint, and then that is going to change its nature. So what was it, 183, and now it's going to be 201. So it went up by 18 points just by having like a beneficial nature. Now another factor that plays into how high a stat is going to be is a Pokemon's IVs. So let's take a look at our Minior here, where it says, okay, so the attack stat is decent and the speed stat is decent as well. If an IV was perfect, it would say best, kind of like the HP stat here. So we need to change our attack and speed to best. So how we're going to do that is we're going to fly over here to Montenevera. I think I pronounced that right. And then we're going to talk to this guy standing ominously next to his Abomasnow. So this is like the hyper training guy. So you need to have either golden bottle caps or just regular bottle caps in order to do this. So we're going to click on our Minior here, select, and like I said, we're just going to be focusing on, we're just going to do regular bottle caps, focusing on our attack and speed. All right, so take a look. We're at like a 201 attack with a beneficial nature, max EVs, and speed we're at a 208 max EVs. So let's start the training. So now both of these stats are going to be perfect, meaning that they are as high as they're going to be with that many EVs and at this level. So now we're at 225 speed and 218 attack. So our attack stat went up by 10 points and our speed stat went up by, I don't remember what it was. So just by having like a perfect IV, it just increases it exponentially more. So now we're going to level it up to level 100 and then just see where we go from there. All right, so we use some candies. Our Minior is level 100 now, so our attack stat is going to be 328. So 328 attack, beneficial nature, and max attack EVs. So that really means that this is the highest attack any Minior ever can have. 339 speed is amazing. 328 attack is really good as well. I hope this guide helped you out. Subscribe for more Pokemon content. See you in the next one. Peace.